say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the TCU Horned Frogs, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas Longhorns. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Longhorns will put total leather and we'll get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Give to the back. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They give it to him again. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
You want to settle everybody in on the road? You want to take the nerves away? Run the football. Really, really good job. The offensive line, they're physical and nasty. They're not nervous. They're not worried about this crowd getting loud. They just want to hit you right in the mouth, and they started the game off with some good physicality.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Hey, on offense, you got to know when the play is over. That one there, nowhere to go with it after he caught the football. You start trying to juke guys. You start trying to run backward. This ain't high school anymore. When you used to be able to make that play years ago, you're not doing it here in big-time college football. Not good.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Cook. And he'll be brought down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed after he made his break? He was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. To the ground to try to move the chains. That's a fumble on the play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way.
Ball security is so important. Turnovers lose you games, and this guy has put his team in some tough spots. He fumbled last week. He's fumbled again today.
They'll start this drive with a pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down.
Yeah, and listen, I'm going to move this guy everywhere. He's in the slot this time, but I'm not going to let the defense understand where he's lining up so they can double team him, put him in the slot, put him out wide. Either way, find this guy early and often.
The short hands, it's Jones. There he goes. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. We ask asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
That's exactly what you want to do against the option. You want that thing to string along out wide so you get more bodies to the football. Nice job playing the first option, the quarterback. They've sent the pitch out wide. Guess what? Ready for that, too. They tackle him, and they get him on the ground.
He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up first and goal. The Longhorns are marching down the field. He'll set up to throw. The screen, he's got wheels. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they strike first. Smokey the Cannon not the only one using explosives around here, and it has electrified this Longhorn crowd.
I mean, coming out on point, coming out dissecting the defense, scoring early in front of this crowd. You know good and well, all these fans love their school. Texas has got so much pride. This gets them going early.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. When you're playing from behind, you can't afford to give it up the way they did the last drive, David.
No doubt. You cannot give the football away. Again, turnovers are the biggest stats in winning and losing games. You're behind, Palmer. Take care of the ball, but we got to go get a score here.
Yeah, and they just got to do a better job executing. I like the game plan so far for them, but they just need to go out and do a better job connecting the dots.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. A little release to the back. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
On third down, he drops to throw. Dumps it off in the flats. He stopped right at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for a first down. It'll be 4th. And the Horned Frogs will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Trying to get behind the defense. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Pass to Sticks and still on his feet. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Looking to throw on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong, the emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
There he goes! And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Texas!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. They'll try to get it through the air. And the timing just a hair off.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball and force the incompletion.
The Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
Wants to go up top on first down. He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Longhorns! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The run to the right. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. First play of the period will be a second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Pressure coming. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
It's amazing to think just how confident this offense was coming into this game. They thought they were going to go up and down the field throwing the football in this one. That has not been the case. They have not yet scored a touchdown in this one. They just threw an incompletion on third down now, looking like they may have to punt. This offense has got to find their rhythm. You've got to wonder about their confidence at this point of the game.
Here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. He's at the touchdown, Texas! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this crowd was already jacked up. They were already excited. They were already making a difference in this football game, and the offense continues to pile on and give them something to cheer about. 27-0 here in the first half. This has been all home team.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, every game in the Big Ten so very critical. How about this one today? Northwestern is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. We've seen this program stage memorable comebacks before. Do not rule out another one today. They're trailing by just 4 to Ohio State. We'll let you know if anything else comes out of Big Ten country from this one, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. Using his legs, it's Tatum. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Finds his big tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And the Horned Frogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
You can just start to sense the frustration building for this offense after that incompletion. Right now, setting up 4th down. They haven't yet scored a touchdown. They just can't find a rhythm in this game. Obviously, the defense, the big reason for that. But if this offense wants a chance to win, they have got to start stringing some completions together and get this quarterback in a better rhythm.
Here comes the Texas offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Nice pickup there. Gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
If you're going to be in the Heisman picture, you got to make plays week in, week out at receiver, and that's what he does. He's a good route runner. He's reliable, and he's got speed to take it to the house. Top 5 in the nation right now in receiving it.
Now a 1st down from the 45-yard line. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Longhorns will line it up on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to adjust the pattern. To the air on 2nd down. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their heads. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete.
He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, you move on to the next game, start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
And they tack on the extra point for a 35-0 lead. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Looks like he's going to bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. TCU has it back and the Horned Frogs go on offense. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Works his way ahead for 3 out to the 14.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Going to sling it on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Finds his big tight end. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire first half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Runs through the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Using the quick game. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
And this offense stays aggressive and they pass the football. I think you can always look back and say, 3rd and short, I'd love for you to run it, be the more physical team. But nice job sticking up and bowing their necks for this defense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They're in uncharted territory here. Finally in the red zone. It took the whole first half. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Snags it over the middle. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cook. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. Gets the back moving. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, how about if you're the defense right now? You've been on the field, you've given up a lot of yards on this drive, but if they go for this here on 4th down and you come up with 1 more stop, that is a huge play, and that's got to give you some confidence.
He splits the uprights, and they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And I'll be honest, I don't love the call. On 4th and that short, I want to go for it. But you trust your kicker, he does his job, and he puts 3 on the board.
That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. The Horned Frogs will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. They'll open this third quarter with a run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll run it from the gun. Oh, he's got some space. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on.
Running free. The 20. Touchdown, Texas. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
TCU will send its offense back onto the field. The give to the back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Swings it out to the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They'll move the tight end. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Quickly complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got him. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10.
Obviously, great job picking up the first down there through the air, but you're trailing by a lot of points now, and you're in that area of the field where you should take a shot. If I was the offensive coordinator, I'd be thinking about throwing this next one into the end zone and trying to cut into the lead.
And the Horned Frogs have it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Wants to go up top. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. The throw to the outside is complete. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Oh, you know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the 1st down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the 1st. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move. Going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a 1st down. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And that is why timing is so important in the passing game. That is a critical 4th down. Down near the goal line, everything's going to happen quickly. It's got to be a great route. The quarterback has to get rid of it on time and make an accurate throw. 2 dudes on the exact same page coming up with a massive touchdown down near the goal line on 4th down.
Set to advance on the football. Texas.
Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a crease. It's Yoder. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
He'll pull it on the read. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The give out of the gun. He breaks a tackle. Turns it on in midfield. Gashing the D on the right. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up.
42, TCU, 10.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the ground. He's got it again. Shakes off the defender. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
Touchdown, Longhorns! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Kick it away. Texas.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Wants to fire on second down. And the misconnection on the first attempt. See if he gets a little looser.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field to make these explosive plays, and now huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
Complete and looking for enough for the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. How about that blocking up front and that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job, opening holes, the backs making plays. Everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll move the wide receiver. Little touch pass to the receiver. Oh, better look out! Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Fires it incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Man, this offense would really like to lean on this guy in the 4th quarter, right? They've got the lead, and you just saw his ability there, breaking a tackle. He looks like he's getting...
There he goes! Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They have that option to pitch it. So as a defense, like, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you can tell he made them pay with a big gain down the field.
And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. The give as they work on that clock. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Hard running there. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Positive plays. That's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that?
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
Yeah, they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. The clock keeps going tick, 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 tick as the offense takes a knee inside. A minute to go in this one. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. The quarterback takes a knee. So you might expect to see victory formation. Instead, you will see a field goal attempt.